My name's Jonathan Miller from Channel 4 News.
Sorry,
my name is Jonathan Miller from Channel 4 News. I'd like to direct a question to you as the President's spokesperson, if I may. You say that you talked about President Rajapaksa repeatedly stating how he was committed to these Commonwealth values. It is quite clear from our experience of reporting here in the past few days that there are many Sri Lankans who disagree with that. Similarly, you say the perpetrators can be brought to justice, but no perpetrators or alleged perpetrators have been brought to justice. I'd like you to clarify, if you could, Madam, exactly why the President has chosen to cancel this important news conference. I want to ask you directly as to whether it was because he may not have wanted to face some very, very difficult questions. There has already been some controversy over the list of journalists who were originally barred from coming to this news conference. I know that was resolved, but it's the impression that's left. Thank you.
May I answer first, Richard? Well, that is entirely an inaccurate assumption. It was not cancelled because of on a presidential order. As Richard previously described, this happens to be a matter of circumstance where the meetings ran long. So it was not that the President said, I don't want to do this press conference. In fact, we had originally planned to do 2 press conferences, the pre-Chogam one and the post-Chogam one. And it was the President who actually said, no, let me do all 4. So that was not our decision, that was his decision, and that's why we had scheduled 4 press conferences, and we made this announcement at the first media briefing that we had. So it was not because of any, and in fact, I mean, you were not here at the first press conference, and he did face some very tough questions, as you may have put it. And, you know, he faced them in the sense he answered them. He did not back away from them. So he has no issue whatsoever. And I'm sure you would agree because he has invited many of you for tea. So that says that he is not at all, you know, staying away from facing your questions. Yeah, well, I'll see that you are invited for tea.
Jonathan, let me buttress. Let me buttress that because I went into the room, and I can tell you that they are deliberating and they will continue to deliberate, and that's the only reason for which this evening's press conference was called off. The President, who is chairing these meetings with his fellow heads of government, had to make a judgment call. Should he adjourn the meeting, call it off, you know, and come over and do this press conference, or continue to discuss and come to conclusion on the issues before the heads. That is the only reason. It's a logistics. It's for reasons of logistics only that this evening's press conference was postponed. The President is more than willing to talk to the press on any issue, and he's given very generously of his time. It's rare that you have 4 press conferences in a row where the head of government, you know, offers of his time and is willing to take on any issue. I moderated the session yesterday. I don't think you were here yet. You weren't in the room. And he did take on some rather hard-hitting questions. So there is no attempt to shy away or to dodge or to avoid talking to you for any reason.
Just a clarification on the logistical matter we had about who attends the press conference. You know, that's something that happened here. The President doesn't even know the logistical issues that we had here about, you know, selecting the pool of journalists who would attend the press conference. So that had absolutely no bearing on the postponement of the press conference.
Sorry to again. Can I just also ask about...
Lift your mic. No, you...
Sorry, there was another little bit of my question, if I could just ask you for a response to that, about the question of alleged perpetrators being brought to justice. There are a lot of allegations of impunity in this country. So many critics of this government say that for all the fine words, the rhetoric is not matched in practice.
Well, that is your assessment. I mean, there are certain processes in place for certain of the cases that have been brought up. So I would disagree with you in saying that, you know, we're not taking the processes forward at all. We do ask, you know, what the President has always said is if there is evidence, please bring it forward, and that we will put it through the justice system.
the back.